Beautiful places to visit in Sri Lanka. Hello viewers, welcome to One Cosmos, where we create videos discussing amazing travel facts and unbelievable destination locations. Join us on the ride around the world by subscribing to our channel. Please click the bell icon to get updates from us. Sri Lanka may be a small island in the Indian Ocean, but that's the only thing small about it. The country, formerly known as Ceylon, boasts an ancient civilization, golden sandy beaches with their swaying coconut palms, mountains, and rubber and tea plantations. While visiting the island, you'll see colonial architecture from the days when the Portuguese, Dutch, and English ruled. You'll see lots of elephants, some of which participate in local festivals, and if you're lucky, perhaps a leopard or two at a wildlife sanctuary. In this video, let's take a trip to some of the best places in Sri Lanka. Climb Sigiriya. One of Sri Lanka's 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, this rock-top fortress dates back to the 5th century AD. The atmosphere is more spiritual than militant. In its time, it has acted as a royal palace and a Buddhist monastery. Sigiriya is also regarded as one of the most important urban planning projects of the first millennium and is home to some of the most oldest landscape gardens in the world. Look out too for the mirror wall, a masonry wall that was so well polished that the king could see his reflection in it. Top tip, go early, so avoiding the heat of the day and the crowds. Marvel at the 16th century atmosphere at Galle. Galle is an important city in Sri Lanka and is a one-stop destination wherein you can take in all sights and sounds. One of the best places to visit in Sri Lanka is the Galle Fort. The Galle Fort area has wide cobblestone roads and a number of eateries and cafes. Try and catch the sunset while you are there. There are a number of trinket shops and galleries that you can visit. It is among the most visited places in Sri Lanka. Another picturesque destination for sightseeing in Sri Lanka is the Japanese Peace Pagoda, quite close to the Udawalawe beach. It is a white dome of serenity. See elephants in the wild at Udawalawe National Park. This large wildlife park is in the southern part of the country, about an hour's drive from the city of Hambantota. The terrain and environment vary, as the park is on the border of the country's wet and dry zones. Visitors to the park can see elephants, as there's a large population of them, along with crocodiles, water buffalo, and more. In fact, it's one of the best places in the world to see elephants in the wild. Be mesmerized at Polonnaruwa's art and architecture. View fine examples of ancient Sinhalese art and architecture in the UNESCO-protected town of Polonnaruwa. Numerous well-preserved ruins of tombs, temples, statues, and other archaeological sites, including Galvihara, Quadrangle, and Lankatikala, are located in this town in North Central Province, which was in fact a capital of the island hundreds of years ago, as well as a busy commercial and religious hub. Visit a tea empire in Nuwara Eliya. At the heart of Sri Lanka's tea industry, this charming throwback to the country's colonial years is rich with the heritage of home country England. Tour neatly terraced tea estates, watch pickers at work, and buy your own samples to take home. Tea lovers will want to visit the hill country's Haputali Mountains, where Sir Thomas Lipton launched his tea empire. To see where it all began, organize transport to Lipton's seat, Mr. Lipton's favorite spot to sit and watch over his enormous estate. It is possible to take a car up, but an open-air tuk-tuk ride is much more fun. Head out early before the afternoon fog cloaks the surrounding mountains, clouding the awe-inspiring views. Peep into the past and experience true Tamil culture in Jaffna. Filled with green forests, the city of Mavidapuram is beautiful indeed. The temple Mavidapuram Kovil is a nice pick among the best places to see in Sri Lanka. Uncrowded beaches and islands are but a short hop away, as is Kirimalai Hot Springs, a popular bathing spot for curing all that ails you. These temples are surreal and a wonderful place to meditate. Spend a sunny day at Hikkaduwa Beach. Only 90 minutes from Colombo, this beach is all about water sports, surfing, bodyboarding, snorkeling, and scuba diving. All the gear is easily available for rent from one of the beachfront stands. It's one of the country's best surfing areas, with the best waves between November and March. The beach is large, so it never feels too crowded. There are a lot of beachfront stands selling all kinds of delicious local street food and a number of good small hotels and guest houses if you want to stay overnight. It's also known for its coral. The Hikkaduwa Coral Sanctuary is a preserved marine area and part of Hikkaduwa National Park, located just off the shoreline. It was created to protect the area's coral reefs and educate visitors about coral. Visit the Buddha statue at Bentata. This town on the southwest coast has magnificent beaches, luxury hotels, and plenty of untouched beauty. Spend a day soaking in the sun at Bentata Beach, visit the nearby Kasgara Turtle Hatchery, or find peace in the Galapatha Rajamaha Viharaya Buddhist Temple. Bentata is a tourist hotspot, so you'll be able to get stuck into the activities like helicopter rides and water sports. Spot leopards in Yala National Park. Sri Lanka's awful predator is protected in a number of national parks, but is mostly easily sighted in Yala National Park, on the island's southern coast where you can cool off in the ocean after a day on safari. Yala National Park is Sri Lanka's #1 leopard sanctuary. The big cats are thriving here in territories of little more than a kilometer each, the highest density in the world, making seeing one almost a certainty. For those hoping to see a close-up leopard make its way down the tree and casually saunter through clearing to the cover of the bushes, then Yala National Park is undoubtedly the place to be. Relish at the Temple of Tooth and Candy. The Temple of Tooth is again a popular one among tourist places in Sri Lanka. This temple in Kandy is iconic because of the history attached to it. With a quaint setup and interesting artifacts, this temple is worth a visit. Acquire a magical experience at Ella. Sometimes it's as much about the journey as it is about the destination. An example of this is Ella, a small hill country town set among Sri Lanka's lush tea plantations. It's filled with small guest houses, amazing food, and very friendly people. It's a fun getaway from the city or a way to enjoy a few days of leisurely hiking in the countryside. A big reason people visit Ella is to ride the very slow train from Kandy. Slowly, it winds its way up and down hills, through small towns, across green tea fields, until finally arriving in the small mountain town after about 6 hours. The ride is considered one of the most beautiful train journeys in the world. You can start in Colombo, which adds 3 hours to the trip. Climb up towards the Jambula Caves. This large town houses the largest and best preserved cave temple complex in all of Sri Lanka, covering a total of 2,100 square meters or 22,604 square feet. It boasts 5 cave temples containing a huge collection of Sri Lankan Buddhist artwork, including statues, shrines, and murals. The paintings and statues tell stories from Buddhist life. There are a whopping 153 Buddhist statues throughout the complex. Other statue subjects include Sri Lankan kings, gods, and goddesses. Have a close encounter with whales. Sri Lanka's southern tip nudges the depths of the continental shelf. It's an area favored by blue whales, and nowhere else does the world's biggest creature swim so close to land so reliably. Dondra Head is your jumping-off point. From January to April, blue whales pass here on their route to the Bay of Bengal to the Western Indian Ocean. They fill their bellies on the krill and squid that thrive in these waters, enriched by the outfall of Sri Lanka's 103 rivers.